So here we have a little chat show called Doctors or something like that. And there are 3 doctors and they're addressing health issues and various other things. So today they're addressing should successful women marry down to start a family? Let's hear what the doctors have to say about this increasing problem among the women's.
Are you a smart, single woman?
No, I'm not.
Still searching for Mr. Right?
Yeah!
Are you?
Yeah!
I don't even know how to react to this, but a new study suggests, I don't know how to react to this. So it suggests that if starting a family is your goal, your solution might be marrying down.
Yeah, because there aren't that many college-educated men. As a matter of fact, women outnumber men in college by a factor of 3 to 2 in the United States. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
With a less intelligent man, I don't look.
No. Less educated. There's a big difference between less educated and less intelligent. Please try to fix it, okay?
I don't bring these headlines. The headline stirring quite some controversy. So Yale University questioned 150 American and Israeli women in their 30s with high levels of education.
What degrees did they have? Was it engineering, a medical degree, lawyers, or was it a bunch of gender studies degrees? You might want to include that information. It would be interesting.
Who had chosen to freeze their eggs. They found that 85% of the women were single. The majority opted for egg freezing due to the lack of a stable partner.
What do those 85% of single women who are freezing their eggs, what's the one thing they have in common in all of their relationships, Doctor? Ideas? Yes. Themselves.
They then concluded that there just aren't enough educated men to go around.
Yeah, they don't have the same degrees. Right. Actually, most women are looking for men like you, doctor. You're a doctor. You look like you're pretty tall. You're pretty fit. You're not a bad-looking guy, and you make money. You're kind of the prize for a lot of women. And, gee, there just aren't that many of you. Do you get it?
It's easy for you to laugh.
Stable men out there.
And that went, but ultimately, so it was a male problem. There just aren't enough.
No, it's not a male problem. It's been caused by feminism. But we'll get to that shortly.
There just aren't enough men out there that are worthy.
Who are perceived to be worthy of such wonderfully educated little princesses. You see there's a difference there as well, Doctor.
So they suggest that women might have to expand their notions of Mr. Right.
Isn't that crazy? You know, men in general are willing to, as they say, settle for someone who doesn't have the same degree or even a degree at all. It wouldn't be surprising to see you dating someone that works at Starbucks. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but my point is, typically you're not going to have, an MD if you're working at Starbucks. Women, on the other hand, that's never, ever going to happen. I mean, they might use them as fun in their 20s, but they're not going to marry them. They want somebody with equal education or more and money.
I don't know. What do you think about this as a woman?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's funny.
I don't wish misery on anybody, Doctor, but it's funny to the extent that feminism wanted this. They want to go to college and they can have it all. That's the biggest lie. The biggest freaking lie of feminism. Women, you can have it all. You can have an education, you can have a career, you can have babies whenever you want. And Prince Charming or Dr. What's-His-Face here, he's just going to be waiting for you when you're 34 and a used up carcass. And he's going to marry that shit up and you're going to have babies and live happily ever after. No, I'm terribly sorry. It doesn't work that way. You see, Mr. Doctor here, the good looking guy, when you're 34, he's banging someone who's 24. You know why? Because all women want men who look like this and have the type of income and the type of status that this guy has. You see, men in these positions have a lot of choice. And they're not going to go for you after 15 years of riding the carousel. They're just not interested.
First of all, starting with the basics.
Wipe that smirk off your face right now.
Immediately.
But it's true because there is some data out there that if you look at the number of women with education, it surpasses men. So there's a disconnect where women are in many countries more highly educated.
They have more degrees, would be a better way to put it, doctor. And it has been this way in the United States since 1979, 40 years.
70 countries, women have more 70 countries have more university educated females than men.
Which doesn't necessarily mean education.
And intelligence, yeah, exactly. Yes. So, and you know, and then the studies also looked at like financial well-being and things like that.
Thank you, Dr. Landry, for pointing out education is not necessarily intelligence. And number two, thank you for pointing out them women's want someone with money as well.
I will say money isn't everything.
Yeah, bullshit. You can say that because you're a doctor, so you're probably making some pretty good money. Congratulations. Good for you. Great career. More women should follow your path, actually. However, with enough money, you can buy a lot of damn happiness.
Right. So I do think that you should marry for love.
Oh, yeah. Marry for love, right?
But I also want to acknowledge the fact that there was a 2010 study at Cornell University, and they found that if a man was more likely to cheat if he was financially dependent upon his female counterpart.
Yeah, you see, the thing there, though, is by how much? 1% more likely to cheat, 2%, 5%, 10%, big pieces of information missing. And the older doctor here on the right has a good comeback.
Yeah, she's at work all day.
She's at work all day. Oh my God, I love this guy.
My issue is he doesn't have any money.
But that's not important. Right, Dr. Landry?
We said that's okay because money isn't everything. But
except when you don't have it. Then it seems like a pretty big deal.
He doesn't have any money and he doesn't have any morals. Like, how is that winning for me?
That's not good.
We grow up, whether male or female, and you have this just idealistic notion from the time you're young that you find the perfect person.
A lot of women can have probably run into a dozen perfect, would have been great husbands, great fathers, great providers. But these women, these feminists, they weren't ready to settle down yet, so this is going to wait a few more years. That's the freaking problem, doctor. They've probably had plenty of these men in their lives and they blew them off because they weren't ready. And then when they're ready, the guys they blew off are banging 24-year-old chicks. I mean, it's a really sad situation if you think about it. Caused mostly by feminism.
And maybe the perfect person you're looking for isn't exactly what you would write down on a piece of paper.
I think what you mean is the perfect person for you in personality and temperament and looks and whatever. Yeah, we sort of have those people in mind. The problem is a lot of women want men like you, doctor, and you don't want them. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.